All right, we're here coming from Prayers and Projects, and we're getting ready to head to Dallas to feed and water some people at a tent city. We've got ham and cheese, condiments are back there, some paper plates. We've got the bread and water here. So we're just preparing to head out. I just figured I'd give y'all an update, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, we got everything loaded. We made it all fit. There's still room for Brandon to get in. So we're gonna put the carts up and head. All right, we're driving around here in Dallas, and we just got some instructions from a young lady. We dropped off some food and water with some people that could use it, and we are headed right over here where she said there was some more people camping that could use some help. So we're headed this general direction. So far, the people that we've talked to are really nice. The lady that I just had a conversation with, I believe, is from a local center, and she was over here to help them out also. We'll let y'all know if anybody, if we can do anything, and I'm not seeing the tents over here. There's some people inside the gate over here. We're gonna have to walk over here and see what we can do. Hi, we've been out here for a couple of hours now, and we've diminished some of what we have in here. We've gotten rid of 3 flats of water and about 100 sandwiches. Well, 70-ish sandwiches. We've done what we can here, so I think we're going to try to find another spot to park for another couple of hours. And it's been a blessing. It's been eye-opening and enlightening. The people here are very friendly. It's not exactly what everybody thinks, and we see it in the movies. But we're glad to have been here. We're glad to have been able to serve the Lord's people before it gets too hot outside. And we're just praising the Lord. We've had a good day, and there's been some many blessings. Pause again. Alright, we just got back to the house, and I didn't record a lot of us giving away sandwiches and water because this is people's homes. They live out there, and some of them are a little bit, well, they don't like being disturbed at home. But they all enjoyed the water. We had a wonderful communion with a few of them, great conversation, and we learned a little bit about what we need to be prepared for next time, and what we should be looking forward to bringing with us. We could use some socks and t-shirts. That would be phenomenal. And a whole bunch of people wanted plastic Walmart bags or something to carry the water and stuff in, because we give them as much water as they could carry. It's supposed to get really hot, and it's probably going to be a minute before we can get back out there and do this again. But we had a blessing. We have almost nothing left. We got to pick up the trash, and Brandon here and Cody here were great. We had awesome communication and friendly visitation with several people, and gave away somewhere in the general range of 85 to 90 ham and cheese sandwiches and almost 250 bottles of water. We spent approximately 173% of the donations that we've had so far. So it's going to be a minute before we can do it again, because we need some funding. If y'all have the ability to help us out on that a little bit, we're going to see what we can do about putting the QR code for the Cash App that we use for this ministry in the comments section. Brandon, you can figure that out, right? All right, we're going to try to post that for you in case you wanted to try to help us out for the next go around. And we're hoping at some point we can get some prayers and projects ministry or prayers and projects outreach t-shirts printed that'll have the QR codes on them, so that people out there can, well, for one thing, know where we're going. And we will try to inform y'all before we leave next time, but this time was kind of, just the Lord's leading, and the timing was right, and we needed to go. So I didn't get an opportunity to make another video for you before we left, and here we are again. We're back, and I'll learn how to look at the camera one of these days instead of looking at myself in the picture. How about that? Does that help? I know, it looks weird when I'm looking off to the side, doesn't it? Ha. Well, y'all have a blessed day, and anything that you can do to help is appreciated. And if you can't do anything monetarily to help, just keep us on prayer and keep the people that we're outreaching to in prayer, because we're here to serve the Lord's family and do whatever it is that Jesus leads us to next. We don't really have a plan, we just have faith. So in Jesus' name, we'll see you again soon.